What was ruined by rich people? There used to be a really nice big park in the center of the city where I live. Everyone would go there. It was a nice open space. Take your kids, take your dogs, enjoy the fresh air. Then some people from the rich part of town along the edges of the park decided they didn't like the noise coming from the park and pulled some bullshit to buy it out, and walled it off so you couldn't go to the park unless you lived in that specific neighborhood anymore. The worst part is a ton of money was spent when they first bought it building it up, adding fountains and children's play areas and redoing the flower beds, and then no money or attention was given to it again, and the whole place fell into disrepair, so now even if you live in the neighborhood you can't go there because everything is falling apart and overgrown. So the Ashholes took the really nice park from everyone else, and then neglected it until it became a shithole in the middle of the city. Back in the 90s, my family moved into a development in a mountain town. The road wasn't even paved when we started building the house. For most of my formative years, it was great. There were bike paths through the woods, and some bridges over the lakes, a gas station with a shitty pizza place, lakes you couldn't swim in or use motorboats on, and there would be block parties every summer. It was a middle-class development with some upper and lower middle class as well. Then the houses started to go up and the rich folks moved in. They blocked off the bike trails when they built their homes near them, complained about the usual shenanigans the adults and kids got into. Capture the flag at 9 p.m. Nope, not anymore, the coups will get called. Then they ruined the block parties by moving them to their cul-de-sac, and ending them early. Number 2 and burgers cooked by drunk dads who snuck off and got stoned with the teens. No firing the cannon my granddad built, no water balloon fight, and instead of DJs, we got the joy of music from their 3 convertibles tuned to WSUK. Also the neighbors that were cool before started becoming sycophants. Oh, and they half-funded an effort to make the lake swimmable, ruined the fishing and never finished, so no swimming or fishing. Clothing brands. Carhartt, Dickies, Levi's and many more. Like why did a Dickies t-shirt go from $15 to almost $40 in a few years? I remember not long ago Champion was the cheap Walmart brand no one wanted. Now it's an overpriced name brand. I don't understand it. Champion is a brand people are shelling out for now. The school says you absolutely must have a t-shirt for gym. Brand? Good God. Old school ski mountains with family vibes and stoner lifties rocking to music. We always watched those silly Ski Patrol movies about the big corporations coming in and making them Yuppieville, and then it happened. New people bought the local mountain and they were desperately trying to find guys to work there. Lots of people were interested until they found out there was a mandatory drug test. Imagine drug testing your ski bums in a legal state. Something tells me that policy is gone next year. I work at a local hill that was bought by a large corporation a little over a year ago. At their introductory meeting for all employees, they said, "While there is a drug test, marijuana is not a disqualifier." Sounds like a lesson they learned the hard way. I used to thrift a lot and found it got ruined right when that damn Macklemore song came out. It's like he told everyone a secret. I used to be able to go thrifting and come back with like 3 new work shirts and a pair of pants for like $15. Good clothes too, some with the tags still on it. After that damn song, good luck finding my size at all. The clothes that were left were all shit, and they want $10 for a shirt now. Another thing that contributed to this was thrift stores and places like Goodwill doing their own auction sites. So now they take all the high-value items and auction them off. This makes it pretty much impossible to find a gem on the shelf anymore. I stopped going to professional sports because I can only afford shitty seats. Not worth the effort anymore. For a fun day out with you and a friend at an NFL game will run you around $500. Or you could watch it on your big screen TV at home, which has better play-by-play and angles than being at the game where you end up watching half of it on a monitor anyway. Unless I get tickets for free, I don't even bother going to sporting events anymore. Theme parks. Gone are the days when everyone was equal and you all had to queue, regardless of your income. And even until recently some theme parks gave fast passes periodically throughout the day. Now if you've got deep pockets you can queue jump, making your day a little better and everyone else's a little worse. I haven't been to Disney since 2015 when they still had the free fast passes. My mum went earlier this year and I couldn't believe it when she told me how bad the system is now. Plus, everything theme park related post-pandemic has been so crowded you can't even move. I wonder if it will ever be the same as before. Probably not though. Concerts. And sporting events. Even NASCAR tickets are expensive now. My God, I swear basketball tickets are thrice as expensive as they were pre-pandemic. Instagram. When it first launched, we were content to post grainy pics of our average-looking sandwich that we made ourselves. Or a mundane selfie. The background and the angle didn't matter. Studies show that since the wealthy started sharing their lives on IG, our collective standard of living changed. We're exposed to yacht parties, expertly organized and color-coded walk-in closets, high-end facials and party-planned gender reveals. We're benchmarking our posts with professional photographers and videographers, elevating our expectations for everything. Edit, for those saying, just don't use it. It's influenced every aspect of society whether you're on it or not. Collectively, society aspires to a flashier existence. Instagram has inspired new aesthetic-forward businesses like restaurants and coffee shops, resorts, home decor and types of homes, gyms and gym bodies. Fashion. Once the rich find out about anything good, they wreck it for the rest of us. Sex, drugs, rock and roll internet environment. Internet was the one I was going to go with. Back when the internet was just losers who had no other place in society, everything was cool. You knew the only people online were people who genuinely wanted to be part of the community and subculture. Then the rich people found out about it, and now it's nothing but ads, subscriptions, fees, data gathering, and rich people pretending to be hip. Any hobby where there's potential profit. Now you've got dickheads like the Logan Paul ruining Pokemon cards. Not because they're into them because they like Pokemon, but because they read the stories about the rare cards and just hammered their endless piles of cash into getting everything. Same with those asshole sheiks with massive comic book collections. They don't give a fuck about comics. They just collect popular valuable stuff. YouTuber Carl Jobst had a good video on this for vintage video games. Basically, a new grader named Wata Games came out of nowhere, claimed to be the lead in the industry for rating inbox games, entirely false, multiple others already existed, and the owner had zero history. Any game Wata listed was sold by Heritage Auction House for over $1 million. You used to be able to get a new in-box Mario Bros. NES game for like $1,000 if someone was selling. Now they're millions apiece. Until they got sued. Very much a plainly obvious scam. Cheap foods like chicharrones or tuétano. I'm from Mexico. When I was a kid, tuétano was something that were even gift in meat's market. Now they sell you a damn bone in meat price or even higher. The same with chicharrón, that was really cheap to buy, but with rich people discovering how good it is, now is impossible. All places up the prices because rich people buy it at high rates, and don't know what the heck they are shopping anyway. Brisket used to be a leftover cut given to the workers who figured out how to make it awesome. Now we have brisketflation and rich people smoking them on their $1,500 Bluetooth-enabled pellet smoker.